What's up, gang?
Hey, how are you, Johnny?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
I'm all right.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
You are. That's
What's
good.
with the hood, man? You just got the haircut. I just finished telling you your hair looks nice, and
You know
cover
what?
it with a hood.
I don't know. I wanted to be incognito for this.
You don't want no one to know you talking to us?
Yeah, right in this
Probably take
lobby
your
of this
name.
hotel.
Probably take your name off the podcast then.
I probably should. This podcast, who is it on me or them right now so I can see them? This podcast is especially brought to you by the Holiday Inn. No, they're in no affiliation with this whatsoever, but this is a special podcast in the lobby of the Holiday Inn. We have 3 comedians here from New York and Atlantic City, Gary Garcia, Adam Gabel, and Mike Merk in the house tonight.
Gary G. Garcia.
Gary G. Garcia.
Adam G. Gabel.
Mike G. Merk.
You guys give your Instas and stuff up front. That way they don't have to wait to the end of the episode for that.
My Instagram, Facebook, everything is Gary G. Garcia.
Okay, Gary G. Garcia and Adam.
On Instagram, I'm at AJ Gabel. That's AJGABEL.
And then yours, Mike?
There's a problem with spelling his name before. We'll get into that later. Mine is at Mike Was Funny.
Mike Was Funny.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys make sure you follow these guys on the gram, on Facebook, all of that stuff, and see what they're doing. They were actually here in Dayton on tour for their Multiple Personalities tour, and they stopped through, and these guys gave me a guest spots on one of their shows, so really appreciate that. Super fun time. It was a great weekend at Wiley's, and what's going on with you guys? Like, what's the difference between coming down here to the Midwest and like touring all these small bars in these cities versus coming from the big city where there's lots of mandates? They're still all about the mask and the Cove and the vax right now. Like, what's the difference? Do you guys feel relief coming down here?
I gotta be honest. I haven't had no problems with the mask or any of that stuff.
Even up north like that? No.
Nah, but I'm in Atlantic City. Atlantic City's kind of like they don't care.
It's a little more liberal. It's like the
Yeah.
Florida of like the like.
I mean, I don't know. All I know is they don't care. I don't know, like, when people talk about liberal, I don't know what liberal is. Yeah,
I feel like it's
I don't
just
know,
lenient. That's what I think. Like people who break the rules and go against the norm. That's what I always take it as. But maybe I'm wrong too.
I don't know. I know they don't care, which is dope. I mean, they was caring in the beginning, but now it's like, we ain't got to wear the mask, and I don't want to.
I just want to point out that Terry just walked by, and it's just good to know that he's alive because there is another person on this tour. His name is Terry Mcneely, and he just woke up for the first time, walked by with a cigarette in his mouth, and took a picture of what's going on here.
By the way, that's not just woke up today. That's the first time he's been awake in 3 weeks.
Oh my God!
He got really drunk in Gettysburg a couple weeks ago, and we've just been weekend at Bernie's him around the country.
So Terry's lifeless.
Yeah,
He's
if
lifeless.
you play Simple Man by Leonard Skinner, he comes to life.
He wakes up.
Only for 3.5 minutes.
That's
then you
his
got to put
favorite
another
song.
quarter in.
Yeah. He just plays it on loop all day. Like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
It's great.
I mean, to answer your question, in New York City, which is where I live in New York City. I work mostly in New York City. It's very different. I mean, the mask mandates are still active in New York, but it doesn't so much affect the clubs because once you get inside the place, people get a little bit more lenient because they're checking vax cards and stuff like that. They're doing things to make the people who are concerned. We don't need to discuss the validity of any of that. The question was, once you get into the club, typically things are a little bit more lenient. I mean, to me, I feel like it's not so much COVID; it's just the difference between the types of things that people will laugh at versus, like, sometimes people in New York get a little tight about certain subjects. And
Yes.
you can't even say something that they would think is funny about a certain subject. It gets people a little uncomfortable. So I think to me that's the biggest difference.
Okay.
There's a little bit more freedom.
I'm going to say that the difference that I've seen is that the podcasts that we do, everyone has their own mic. We don't have to share mics. Because they're worried about COVID.
Is that the norm?
Everyone's got their own mic because you can't share a mic. You used to have a little mic condom on there.
I like how Gary's
condoms suck.
Gary's the only guest that not only has his own mic but also has a black market vaccine card so that he can get into these venues.
I always tell people, if you're upset about me not getting vaccinated, don't worry about it. I got a card, so if that
Is it
makes you any feel
$250?
safer.
Is it still $250? Can we talk after?
Yeah, I'm $250 for you.
Okay.
For me, it was very
Who's
cheap.
this guy?
You hear that,
Who's this
guys?
guy who's doing all the switches? What's his name?
That's Zach. This is our producer.
Zach.
Zach's a good friend of mine.
Zach, you can't hear him. He doesn't have a mic.
He's usually on mic. He usually does have a mic on our regular show.
We didn't
but
have enough.
We didn't have enough.
Right.
Yes.
Well, if you're wondering what Zach looks like, it's like me from the Midwest. All right.
He looks like John Goodman's son. John Goodson.
I don't think so, man. I think
No?
that was
He
kind of
kinda
a
looks
racist
like-
kind of comment right there, man. All big white dudes don't look like John Goodman.
He looks like if I.
He looks like he would fuck Roseanne.
Well, that's a whole different thing, man. You know, but so did Belushi.
Tom Arnold Jr.
No, I got
bro.
it for real. He looks like if I ate you.
Actually, that is a very good.
Yeah, he had a mullet when he first came around, actually, and he looked like if I fucking ate Wyatt Lutz.
Did you ever have a mullet? You look like you had a mullet.
I
at one
didn't, but I
point.
used to have a mohawk, and then I also had a little bit of a man bun, a little bit of a just a
You
pony.
did the man bun.
I did the man bun for a bit. I did before comedy.
Yeah, or are you just jealous of anything with hair?
Yeah. I did. My mom kept it in a
I had a
bag
rat
until I
tail.
was 9. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know why I told you guys that.
I had
You're
a
like
tail.
a Padawan Jedi. Is that
Yes,
what it is?
she was so attached. She was like, "That's my baby's rat tail." That's how white trash we were, dude.
I had a rat tail, man.
My mom was so. My mom actually used to dig in the garbage and stuff, and she would like. I'm not even kidding. Half of our house was furnished with like stuff she would find. From
Oh
the
yeah,
curb.
no problem, man.
And
One
then
man's
one time,
trash is
dude,
another
I was
man's
in like
treasure.
9th grade, and she told me she wanted to take a ride, right? And she was like, "Come on, take a drive with me." And I thought it was peculiar, but I did it. And she had spotted something in someone's dumpster that was too heavy for her to carry
So
alone.
she brought you alone.
So she brought
Yeah,
me
of
along,
course.
and she
Use
was
the
like, "I want you
force.
to get that dresser over there. Help me get this in the car or that stand."
Do
And
you
I-
still got the dresser? to
no,
this day?
dude, I was like, "No, I know these people from school, Mom. I'm not fucking getting out of the car."
That's great.
There's no way.
That's amazing.
That sucks.
Uh-huh.
That sucks, yo.
Is it Zach?
The abuse you must have got as a child. You
You
know
have
what
no
I'm
idea,
saying?
son.
Yo, didn't I see you picking trash with your mom?
Yeah, you think I was
How
gonna
you
go to
gonna beat
school with
that,
that
son?
shit on my back on
That was
Monday?
last week.
But you're
That
good,
was
you're
last
big.
week we saw you pick
You're
trash.
big.
No, but I was heavy set. I was bigger though. I wasn't like I was cool, but I was the nerd. I was the nerd.
Yeah, I got
definitely-
picked on a lot. I was little.
Yeah,
I
Always
still
little.
am little. You know, but I don't get picked on no more.
yeah. Because you're
Zach, I
funny,
want to quick just make note that how high his voice got when he told that story.
dude. I was so
embarrassed. Don't edit it, all right? I want everyone to know what a bitch he is. No, I'm just playing.
I didn't even want to tell you guys. Something
You know,
compelled me to say it.
That's all right, man. But you look like you're doing okay. I know guys who've been through a lot less, and they act like they've been through worse.
Yeah.
So you look like you're doing all right.
I feel good.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's not a big deal. I'm doing definitely way better than my parents. 'Cause
Well, that's what we're supposed to do. A little better than our parents.
yeah, that's the goal.
You know.
every generation gets better for sure.
A little bit.
Yes.
You know, hopefully in like 15 generations, you know, my family won't be living hand to mouth trying to teach them. You know what I'm saying? We're not great savers.
Yeah.
You know, fucking
What are
money
you
was
gonna
meant
do
to be
with it?
spent.
When you fucking die, what are you gonna do with it? Like bury me with my Gucci socks, bitch. That's what I say. I don't give a fuck. If they give
When
me
I
money,
die, I put my money in a grave.
yeah.
I also want to point out that the last time we did Johnny's podcast, we were in the Crown Plaza, and we had to buy him breakfast, and he had one iPhone to record it on, and now he's got lights, a producer, and
Come a long way, baby.
I'm saying, can you buy us dinner, you cheap bastard?
Nah, I don't want dinner. I'm just happy to be on the show, man.
Oh man.
I was
It's
glad
easier
be
to spend a
here.
lot of money on.
Sure, but I want dinner too.
Yeah, we'll get the buffet. We'll get the Jimmy buffet after this.
Well, I mean, you're gonna be at Wiley's. They serve food there. Get some pulled pork sandwiches. They don't got no apple slices for fucking Adam, but
I have to maintain my girlish figure somehow.
Yes. when you guys go to like restaurants, does he just get a kid's meal? Is it Adam?
Adam is the
usually just
worst
order a
person to
kid.
order from.
The original story of Adam's apple slices, because he eats healthy, actually was here in Dayton.
Down the block. It was down the block at the Sonic down the block.
Tell me
Tell
more.
him the story.
So I don't know. We were going out. We were just 2016, and we went to Sonic, and I didn't have anything to eat. And Mike goes, "Oh, Adam, there's nothing for you to eat here, is there?" And she goes, "Nah. He can have the apple slices."
They had apple slices, and he's lucky because he ate the apple slices. I ate the burger, and I went. All three of us came right back to the hotel, and it just blew right through our asses.
Oh
man.
my god.
I will never do Sonic again.
Oh.
Every time I see that commercial, I fart.
I'll tell you this though, they got better apple slices than McDonald's.
It's horrible.
God, dude.
Sonic is the worst, dude. The only thing worse than Sonic would be Arby's.
Oh man, I like the breakfast burrito with the tots in it and stuff.
Gross.
Oh man, I love that.
Where's that at?
I don't eat it like a lot.
Sonic?
but if I went to Sonic, I've had it before.
They don't even let you in the place, right? It's like a drive-through thing.
No, yeah, I think
the
it's,
fuck outta
it
here.
was
No one's
before
even eating in
COVID.
my
They
car.
They were ahead of their time,
I
honestly.
ain't letting people eat in my car.
They were
Are you
like,
crazy.
we will roller skate out to you and just. That's why they wear the skates. So they can get away from you super fast, so they don't get COVID. I think.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking. Were they doing touchless delivery when they were on skates?
I don't know. Would you let your nurse like give you a vax if she was like in skates? Like if they rolled out, if they made it fun? Like
If she was in yeah, why not, man? I would think that's how they do it. I wouldn't even think
It should
twice.
be like vaccination roller derby, where you're on the thing and you're going around, and then the nurse has to catch up to you.
Only the
and knock you out
strong
and
survive,
then stab you.
son.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
That's how they're gonna have to
Darwinism at
get
its
me, man.
finest. Dude, they try to make it sweet, like with the they try to say like they give you like a free donut now, right?
Yeah.
If you get your vax, they give you they also say that if you ride share, they give you like $20. So if you could just get like 6 of these people in your car, these
Georgia,
sick
they'll
pigs.
take
Vaccinated
time.
first, right?
Yeah, no, you on the way. You pick them up and then take them, and then
What?
they give you a coupon if you get your friends vaxxed right now.
But
Dude,
but
and-
doesn't that promote COVID?
Yes, that's the whole point. They want you to ride share to go get your vaccine and then get free donuts
So
after.
put all the people who are unvaccinated in the car to go get vaccinated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that logic makes sense.
Not even my
None of
mom
it
would
makes
have done
sense. But the truth of the matter, Georgia, they'll take time off your sentence if you get vaccinated.
that. Really?
Yeah, my cousin did it.
What the
They took
fuck?
3 years off his life sentence.
What is in this shit that we all have to get it off his
And
life? I didn't even catch that.
and in Austria,
Motherfucker.
on some real shit, in Austria, they have a whorehouse out there that if you get
Where exactly
vaccinated.
is that whorehouse?
In Austria, I don't know if you gotta look it up, but in Austria, there's a whorehouse out there that they're doing vaccinations. You get the vaccination, they give you $30 to go have sex with one of the hookers.
Oh my god.
That's how hard up they are for hooker customers in Austria. Is that they need to give you some other reason to go see a hooker in Austria.
You hear that, guys? The tourism is
mean,
failing
would
in
you-
Austria. I want you guys to buy tickets to Austria next year. Fuck Disney.
Would you pay money to have sex
Oh.
with a woman whose last name was Schwarzenegger?
Of course I would.
I mean, Maria Shriver Schwarzenegger, I would pay money to have sex with, even maybe
Yes.
30 years ago. But not
What,
now.
do you think all those chicks are like strong like him and they're just like, oh, and they just like don't have any vowels in their name or anything and they're just like,
Wait a minute, that's not the case?
is that what they look like? Are
I
they
mean,
all
down
on this pussy.
Are they all like him? Like you show up and they're like, yes, you're very sexy
Man,
American
say
man.
what you want, dude. That dude came down here. He learned to speak English. Not great, but his English is better than my Russian or whatever he's from. And like he became, didn't he become like mayor
The
and shit?
governor.
Governor.
He
governor
married
of
into
California.
Maria Shriver
man,
is a
come on.
Kennedy. She's royalty. He married into royalty and became a governor. He's
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
American dream. He's
Yeah.
done
Who's
more than
gonna
any
knock
American
Arnold
on the
Schwarzenegger,
fucking
man?
soil.
No one, but I'll still make fun of his accent just like I make fun of my father's accent.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Could you do an impression of your father right now?
I do not like this Schwarzenegger man. He's too bumpy.
He's too bumpy. Bumpy, I like that. He's very veiny.
Yeah, he's very
He's
vascular.
very aggressive, you know.
Vascular, that's a great word.
Yeah. Was
fun to
your father
say.
Transylvanian? Is that by chance or what?
No, he's Russian.
Russian. Yes.
Transylvania. Where'd you get that?
I don't
Did
know.
he sound like a fucking vampire?
I don't know.
I want to suck your blood.
Yes.
It's
Dude,
the
do they
Russian
really
version.
sound like that in Transylvania?
I
Or just
thought-
the vampires?
I don't know, dude.
Transylvania's in
Reeves.
Romania, so
Keanu
they have
Reeves.
a Romanian accent. So Bela Lugosi, who's Romanian, played Dracula in the movie. So that's where that whole thing came from. So yeah, so they do sound like that in Transylvania.
It's the real deal then.
Romanians
but
are
in
hot. I had a Romanian opera singer that lived next door to me. You know, she's the one that got me doing coke again.
Blame it on her.
So I
well,
can
nah, see the
blame her
thing.
for the fact
I
that I don't have any
I
money.
never quit anything, but I cut down, and I had cut down on coke for 20 years.
Yeah.
I hadn't did no cocaine. I hadn't even thought of it. And then one day, my Romanian opera singer comes out, and she's like, "Oh, I was throwing out the garbage." She's like, "Come by, I want you to meet my pussy." So of course, how could I say no? And I go inside, and she met the cat. She had a caracal cat. The thing grows like bigger than a pit bull.
Holy
It was a
crap.
straight up illegal animal, man.
Yeah.
It wound up getting out and get hit by a car and made the news and everything. But so I meet the cat. We sit down. She starts playing piano. She starts singing. I'm like, yo, this is insane. Then she goes, Gotti, do you sniff cocaine? And I hadn't sniffed in 20 years, but without a second, I said, yep. Of course I do.
Right.
Are we doing it? Yeah, of course. Fuck it.
So
you
that's
know?
how she's hitting those notes when she's out there like, whoa.
Well, what it was is she
Her
was like the
fucking neck's
youngest.
just
She
numb.
was the youngest Romanian to win Romania's Got Talent. So she was like kind of under there. They like kept her very sheltered.
Yeah.
As they brought her up. But then when she got to New York and she was free, the freaks come out in New York.
Yeah,
so.
she started sucking
Hey,
blood
guys.
all over town.
Terry!
Guys,
What's up,
speaking
Terry?
of cocaine, former cocaine user and UPS driver Terry Mcneely has woken up, everybody.
just
come
came
on
back
over
from
and say hello
hunting.
to the folks.
Did you catch any ducks?
Come on, get over here for a second.
Hi, Terry.
Just jump in for 1 second.
Can we
Come
get
on.
a camera on Terry?
Yeah, he's right here. You could,
Drink so much, kids. You can't hear you. You gotta speak into the microphone.
You can slide
so
over.
much, kids.
We got space for you,
We
man.
get him in?
Come sit on the chair.
Just
man. Come
share a
chill.
microphone with Mike.
I'm so sick. I have had 2 cigarettes the entire day, and it's 5:30.
Oh my God, that's good. You're gonna be healthier.
Terry's holding that mic like he's about to spit a freestyle.
Terry kind of looks like a little league coach that got way too wasted at the game.
He was just hitting on your mom all day. Like, come on, gang, let's go play. Let's go swim in my pool.
That wasn't a sign.
I woke up at 4:30 in the morning with my jacket on and my shoes in bed,
Well, at least you came back with your shoes this time.
and then I walked right to the bathroom, laid in the shower for 2 hours on the floor of the shower.
The only reason that they were still on, by the way, is because I couldn't get them off.
Twice more.
He was in the shower. He didn't even notice that I came in. I took a shower. I washed my hair.
Do you think that any of the water dripped on
and for the
Terry as you
record, I
left?
never miss a shower without jerking off. And the dude didn't even notice that it came right on his face. But that was cool because
That's really funny because from my perspective, I'm on the other side, on the other bed. He woke up just going. All the time.
Dude, you guys got to bring me on tour next time.
That explains a lot, man. His skin does look good today.
Yeah, you look.
I thought it
We
was
got to bring him on
Noxemo.
tour so you can argue in 25 states too.
but you got to make sure you report it to Weight Watchers that you had the 1,200 calories in the beginning of the day.
This is what really happened. Terry got vaccinated yesterday,
How
and
much
he
do you
took $30 to a whorehouse.
Did Gary tell you that he caught you're breaking your door on his podcast?
Did he really?
Oh, yeah, on my podcast, you hear you breaking the door.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a $440 soundbite, just so
Yeah,
you
there you
know.
go.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you want to tell the story about this?
I was doing the podcast, and I just heard a lot of breaking going on upstairs. And when I went upstairs to find out that Mike had kicked in the door.
We were having a lover
Holy
spat,
shit.
and Terry slammed the door in my face,
It's an abusive
and
relationship.
I got angry, and I kicked it with full force. Not once, twice.
Where were you guys? Not your home
The
house.
Airbnb that I had reserved. That's where we were. We were in the Airbnb under my name.
Yeah, for the
That's
cleaning
why
fee
you
alone.
wouldn't have- goes under
if
my name.
Adam didn't need to not affect his rating or whatever the fuck.
Well, yeah, he's not allowed to rent the freaking B&B for the next 2 years, but who cares? You know, it's just Adam,
Mike
right?
wanted to do it under the table, like sneaky, like.
Yeah.
Silly me for you.
was taught.
Silly me for.
You have a problem with the door, we fix for you. They give you 200 rubles, that's it.
It's like Slippery Pete from Seinfeld. He comes in,
What's the
does
exchange-
jobs.
He has friends. His father has friends for everything. Oh, you need
Louisville,
to bring back
Kentucky.
the mileage on your car? I got a person for that. He knows something for everybody.
It's actually very true. Igor does know everybody.
He goes.
By the way, Kentucky is like the worst state for us. Every time we go there, it's just miserable.
Really?
I've had some good shows in Kentucky, but never with these guys.
What is, and you guys can all do this in order. What is the worst show, worst venue, shit show you've ever done?
Oh, Prestonsburg by far.
Kentucky.
Prestonsburg, Kentucky? That's what you would say? All of you together collectively?
Adam made a dick.
Animated dick? It's
Yeah,
bad for
but I
you.
mean, that's not honestly. That's not even my answer. But it was. I had worse than they have. But somebody else can talk about it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You've had worse than Prestonsburg?
I told you about when I had to go up for 0 people in the audience. Right? I had to perform for
At that
no.
point, you just leave.
No, but I had to perform. If I wanted, because I want to get paid, I had to go on.
They have to pay you at the end.
What you perform for?
I don't want to talk about who it was, but
No, I'm saying like who was like.
there was no one in the audience. There was
Just the
three.
booker.
There were 3 people in the bar. There were 3 people in the room. The bar was in a different room, so even all the wait staff and all of them, they had no one to come out. It was me, the host who had booked me, and the headliner. So the host went up. We waited for like 20 minutes and nobody came.
Did you guys
and then
laugh at his stuff, though?
No, nobody's laughing at anybody.
Oh, God.
The host goes, so we're 20 minutes after the show's supposed, and there's only 3 people in the room, I'm featuring me, the host, and the headliner. And the host goes, all right, I'm going to go up and do a few minutes to burn some time. What are you talking about? Burn some time. So I'm watching him. He does a couple minutes, and then he brings me up. And now he knows all my jokes. And when now I'm performing for the headliner, I mean, that's so weird.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, all right, have I done enough? I was waiting for the light because I was booked for 25 minutes, but there's no way I was going to do
I think
25.
it's funny that you stayed up there waiting for the light.
Well, I eventually was like, am I done here? I mean, there was still nobody.
Oh, yeah, sex.
Yeah. I never have sex. So then
always waiting for the light.
That's why I'm always waiting for the light. And then I go, am I done here? And the host goes, all right, fine. And then he brings the headliner up, and the headliner's up performing for me and the host. No, he was not good. His entire act was built around the fact that he was really just selling merch that had nothing to do with his act at all.
So he just bought a bunch of T-shirts.
Yeah, and then
Trying to sell you merch.
It was someone else's joke.
He tried to sell me merch. He tried to sell me merch. And then eventually I went over to the host and I was like, this dude wants to get paid, so he's not going to get off until you light him.
Yeah.
So eventually the host lit him, and then we all just went home and felt bad about ourselves.
Still to this day.
Oh, my God.
A piece of that lives with you, huh?
Yeah, well, it's not as bad as Prestonsburg. Somebody else could tell the story of that.
Comedy.
I don't think it's funny. Like I always bug out when people have bad sets and like it hits them so freaking hard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I have a bad set, I'll think about it for a couple of minutes, and then
But it's not always you either.
then you keep moving on, man. What the fuck?
Sometimes it's the
20 minutes of
crowd.
your life.
Yeah, it's like sometimes
Who gives a shit?
you can't control
Everyone's
it.
not gonna like you. It's very rare that I have a whole room that doesn't like me. But
Mm-hmm.
every now and then I've been in front of the whole room. They didn't like me. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So you won't be there when I do Madison Square Garden. Everyone's not gonna like it. I know I can kill it. I've killed it before. So why does comedians take it so deep? Like who cares, motherfucker? Smoke a blunt. And
So Prestonsburg
that was horrible.
Bring us back.
is this
Nice place to stay.
national park, right? National park that if you want to know why we all looked over there, a hot girl walked by. All right. And now her family. So it's a national park that you perform in, right? And it's in this bar, and everyone who comes to this bar, it's like part of their, I guess, resort or whatever is going on there. Everyone who comes to this bar there is there to hang out with the bartender, and there's just a show going on
Behind their backs.
And that's the thing, because even the spotlight there is behind you. It makes no sense.
Oh, my God.
It's on the top of your head. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing ever. That's the definition of what that show is. The spotlight is behind you, all right? And they're talking the whole time, and out of all the people there, maybe 20, 30 people show up. There's only 2 that come there for comedy, right? And they're sitting there, and it's hard to perform.
And the rest are there to talk over
He's on a run. And
He has to throw up.
yeah, it's fine. He's
Thanks,
got to get
Terry.
ready. We got to go to Wiley's. We're leaving at 6:15. All right, here we go.
We're good.
So we're there, and it's Gary's hosting, and Adam goes up, and it's just something about it when your comedian friends are not doing well.
Yes, and
that
you know
makes
they're
you just
funny.
laugh.
Yes.
because we know they're funny.
Yes.
right, but the crowd's not appreciating it. So just to watch your friends bomb is just
the
like the
best.
funniest shit in the
Best
world.
thing in the world.
Yeah, it is the
love it.
best.
And you laugh out of time. That's how you know you're laughing at them bombing is you laugh out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was choking on chicken fingers. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because his jokes are funny. You know what I mean? He's very funny. But, the crowd just wasn't hearing it. You know what I mean? And then Gary, who's hosting, had a little comment that
I came
was a
up
little
and
inappropriate.
I said, in New York, that's what we call eating a dick. Right? And right away, he turns around. He's like, he gets mad at me. And then no one even responds. So I said, come on, man, give him a hand. He tried.
yes.
And when
said he tried.
When I said he tried, he had him turn around.
Like,
And
I
then we
can't
didn't
believe you.
see Adam for 30 minutes, and everybody's like, "Where did Adam go?" I said, "I think he hung himself in the room." And they're like, "Dude, go check the room." I said, "I'm not going to check the room. I don't want to discover the body.
Be the one that finds
I'm not gonna be the one that opens the door and the feet hit me in the head right at the door.
Dude.
Fuck that. You go.
You know what happened
my
was I
God.
didn't walk away. I didn't stay. If I had stayed, I would have seen them
Bomb.
basically ignoring Mike and Terry, and then I would have felt better. But
Yeah.
I felt, I really.
Terry just went up there and screamed at everybody, and
First of
nobody
all,
could tell he wasn't doing his act because
I
that's
just
what
want
he does
to
anyway.
say I killed. All right?
Yeah.
Let's get that right.
Of course.
All right? And by killed, I mean I had 2 people listening to me. So
That's not terrible.
that's a victory. And then we're never going, we got the booker calling us, as soon as Terry got off stage, Because what Gary said, he
was just
literally
yelling at
Just
everybody.
yelled at him. He was just, you guys suck. You had 3 amazing headliner comedians up here. You didn't even listen to him. I fucking hate Kentucky.
He just went off.
Just ripping on the place. And then literally 5 minutes as soon as he gets off the stage, right? The booker, tring, Jason, oh, crap. Hello? What did you do? Like, don't worry, we're not coming back here. Fuck that
Within
place.
5 minutes. So yeah, that's a rule. Like never shit on the venue if you want to come back, right?
Yeah, well, we didn't want to come back. So
Yeah.
Why would you shit on a venue that you want to come back to?
Right,
Right. Like
yeah.
if you like the venue, don't shit on it.
don't go there.
Thank
If
you,
you don't like the venue, then do whatever you want to do. But
Now, the booker is great, but the venue, you know.
yeah, venues.
I feel like for some reason a lot of our good stories have to do with busting Adam's chops.
Yeah, I feel that way too. But I'm glad that somebody else is realizing that for once.
Mike's
you
coming
bust
to
my
a
chops, too.
revelation.
We
as
bust each other's
currently-
chops.
So yesterday, we don't have that much time, so I want to share this story because we mentioned it earlier. Yesterday, we pulled up to Wiley's, and they misspelled Adam's name. That's why we did the spelling earlier.
My name is often misspelled. It's Gabel, but people often spell it Gable to the point where if you spell it wrong on a flyer, I'm not going to promote it, but I'm most likely not going to bother you to change it
It
because I just got
sounds
tired.
it sounds the
passive
same
aggressive.
either way. Is that correct? Like if you read it out, mostly if you're not.
Yeah, people
to a
don't
person
generally
who-
mispronounce it. They
Yes.
know my name. It's often spelled wrong.
Okay.
So on the marquee,
name is actually spelled.
Right, that's true. The way that I spell my name is the wrong way to spell it. That's the best way to say it. The best way to say it.
It's not a common way.
so on the
not-
marquee, right, it has everyone's name proper, and then Adam's name is spelled the wrong way, Gable, right? So we go into the club, and Johnny's there, and I go up to Johnny, and I'm like, this is for the audience, so they know.
Yes.
Right, so I go up to Johnny, I go, hey, man, you're pretty tall, I can't reach this. Right, before I asked you, Adam put it back to the way it was supposed to be. He went up there himself and put it back to Gabel.
Which I had no idea.
Yeah, it was easy. I just jumped up, and he's a little taller than I am, but I just jumped up on the thing that was there and changed it myself.
Yeah. So essentially, Mike asked me as
Yeah.
a favor to, hey
Yeah.
man, do you mind helping me out?
Yeah, it had
so that I don't
nothing
have
to do with the height thing. It was me just trying to mess with Johnny. I was just like, hey, they misspelled Adam's name. Can you change it to what it's supposed to be? And he goes out there and he changes it back to the way that they originally had it.
I'm a dope. What am I gonna say? I did it, and I'm thinking like, oh, I'm so nice.
Yeah.
I'm the best, right?
Adam's
Adam's gonna really appreciate this because this is the first time meeting him. I've met all of you guys several
Yeah.
times, but this is the first time actually hanging out with Adam, and I was like, I'm not even gonna say anything. Maybe Mike will tell him. I'm such
Right.
a saint.
Meanwhile,
right?
he's in the green room going, who's this fucking kid? He barely knows me changing my name.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Well, I just am used to people fucking with me, so I just knew. So I hopped up there and I changed it again.
Yeah. So this is the part that I didn't know. So he changed it again, and then we told Johnny he got in on it because Terry opened his mouth too soon and told him what was going on. But after that, Adam changed it back again, and I'm in the green room, and all of a sudden there's a knock on the door, and I'm not going to say who it was, but it was Johnny. And he's like, "Hey man, take these." And I'm like, what is it? And it was basically all of Adam's last name. So, so on the marquee, it just said Adam.
I mean, they spelled my name wrong too, dude. So don't feel bad.
And then when Mike said, "Oh, your name isn't your last name's on the marquee," I said, "It's all right. Nobody's coming to see me anyway."
I keep telling them, man, that's the reason why. It's the law of attraction, man. If you keep saying no one's gonna come to see you, guess what? Why would they? You don't even think they should.
Well, in this case,
You're a
nobody's coming to
genius,
see me
dog.
because my last name is not on the marquee.
They have no idea he's gonna be in attendance.
You mean they don't know you just as Adam?
Well, I think a lot of people showed up thinking Adam Sandler, Adam Carolla, or maybe Adam
Like
where's that?
Prince. Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or maybe the pitcher for the Newark Bears, whose name is also Adam Gabel.
yeah.
Really? There's another Adam Gabel?
There is another Adam Gabel spelled the way that I do, and he's a pitcher for the Newark Bears.
Is he black?
No, he's a white
Now,
dude.
how often
really?
do you get laid?
They're trying to get in with the black
Just
thing. You know what I'm
saying
saying?
your
Spelling
answer
the
to the
names
question,
different.
no matter what
They're trying to
the
get into the
question is.
black thing over there, man. Spelling the
How
names
often do you
different,
eat
man.
cereal?
Me?
I eat cereal a
I gotta
lot.
say never.
Oh, I eat cereal all the time, though. That's
What's
a
your
meal.
favorite? If you were a cereal, each of you were a cereal, what cereal would you be?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
good
the
choice.
Shit. Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Or
Those are
cinnamon.
the ones I
What
fuck
about
with.
you,
Lucky
Mike?
Charms, because I'm magically delicious.
Because you're magically, of course.
Because he's fluffy like a marshmallow.
Yeah, that's right.
What about you, Adam?
I'd probably be like Special K because I'm like good for you, but nobody likes it.
That was good.
We don't want any substance over here.
That was good.
That was hilarious, dude.
Frosted Flakes, that's hysterical.
Frosted
yeah,
Flakes.
man.
He said a cinnamon toast was a close
Got a little
second.
sprinkle of drugs on it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Cinnamon toast.
thinking. I was like, dude,
White
you're more of a
powder on top.
toaster. For sure.
I'm toasty all the time.
You're
Man.
toasty.
They're great.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man. Sometimes everybody loves drugs. Cut it out.
I'm not saying I don't like drugs.
Yeah.
No, he don't even do any of the good ones, man. You know what's funny is like it's like he doesn't do drugs, right? But he does mad drugs because every time we come out, he's calling up his doctors for prescriptions.
Yeah.
Those are drugs.
Yeah. Just
Those
because
are drugs,
it's legal.
man.
You think
Those
you're
are
safe.
worse, dog.
You got it figured out.
Those are the ones that give you leaky ass and all that shit.
This isn't
man.
even a podcast. This is actually an intervention for you, Mike. We want you to stop taking over-the-counter drugs
Yeah,
today.
man.
Well, they're not over the counter. I call my doctor to. Didn't she listen? Come on.
All right. There's a counter at some point in the transaction, Mike.
Dude,
I'm
Michael
popping
Jackson used to
Tylenol
do that
like
shit.
a madman.
We need to get you a
Give me that
liver
ibuprofen, son. I'll
cleanser.
suck your dick. Like, what are you talking about?
Actually, can
I
you
like
get the
them-
ibuprofen?
I liked him better as an alcoholic. I think he was more fun.
I'm still an alcoholic. That doesn't go away.
Yeah.
You're an alcoholic if you don't drink.
Like me when I was an active drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you got to be active to actually be an alcoholic?
Don't you tell people that though when you're not a drinker? That's funny. You don't ever say that when you're like really a slush, like a lush. You're never like, oh, I'm an alcoholic.
Oh,
You
I'm an
say it
alcoholic.
when you clean your shit
By
up. though.
definition.
Well, not everyone's honest though. I feel like most people are like they only say, yeah, I'm an alcoholic once
they
they've quit.
stop. Yeah.
Once they quit. That's an interesting perspective. Yeah.
Well, I'm an alcoholic, and I don't even like liquor that much.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? But I drink every day. So I guess that's an alcoholic, right?
Well,
I
you like
drink
the
every
feeling
single
the
day.
liquor gives
He
you.
has his own definition of
Something
things.
about it you
He
like.
has his own definition of everything.
No, I'm just saying, man. Like, whatever, man.
He got upset.
Don't get defensive. We
Nah,
don't
I
want you
don't
to take
care,
any of
man.
the steps.
Nah, listen, man. Steps. The fuck out of here. The only steps I'm gonna climb is to my crib to smoke a blunt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand. Like, that's the thing too. When you go into those programs, they won't let you do drugs, but they'll put you on antidepressants.
And they put you on
That's a
like
good point.
They
And
put
then the
you on that fake heroin shit
the
too.
antidepressants do something else, so they don't take you off the antidepressants. They give you another drug on top of that. Next
Yes.
thing you know, you're doing 7 drugs when all you have to do is smoke a blunt and relax.
Yeah, smoke
Stop
weed.
taking life so serious, man. Who promised these motherfuckers a rose garden? Everybody thinks everybody
I
owes
think
them
if people
something.
microdosed or they like did one like trip like once a year and you did a good hallucinogen, it reminds you that like life is temporary and we're all the same thing. We're all just living out of different perspectives. And I truly believe that we are all literally just the same creature from different worlds, like different like walks of life. But that's what it reminds me that like we should get to it if we're gonna be doing shit, living our dreams, raising families, loving people, whatever we want to do, like we should just fucking get to it because this shit is so short and not promised.
Gary was talking about ketamine treatments over the
Ketamine treatments, man.
I think that would
You know
help. Have you
about
done
that?
it?
My lady does ketamine treatments in New York. They have a hospital that they do it in New York.
She does the intravenously or like the nasal spray or what?
Intravenously,
That's
dude,
what I
the
heard
right
is the
way.
best. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like dope. It's not even like a regular hospital. The rooms are amazing.
Now,
You
is
lay
there a
down.
therapist in the room?
There's a therapist in the room, and when you come out, they kind of have a person, a guide that
Okay.
talks to you about what you went through and stuff like that.
It's probably just some kid named Justin that's like fucking
Yeah, nah,
just
it's
got out of
actually-
medical school. He's
Yeah,
26.
that would be dope. He's 26
He's
talking
like,
to you about
yo,
life.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he
Yeah.
knows anything about life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, for me, it was what is it? DMT? DMT changed my whole life.
yeah.
Changed my whole life. The way I look at everything. It
Me
took
too.
away a lot of anger. Took away a lot of shit. And I think I'm probably ready for another trip to DMT land.
I did it
I feel
3
like
times.
things are getting to me again. And got to get away every now and then and see the realness of the world.
I got so scared the 3rd time that I did it. I didn't think I would ever do it again, and I felt like I got everything out of it. But it's been a few years, and I feel like I could get something out of it again. Because I'm a
I don't-
different
yeah,
person.
yeah. It all depends. Like, like I was saying, for Mike, the ketamine thing would be dope. I don't know if it would be good for Adam.
Yes.
You have to be ready to go face to face.
You're gonna trip your balls
honestly
off for
with
a
the
minute.
things, that are holding you back.
Yes.
That's why like I never had a bad trip. Even with the DMT, man, I sat there, man. I giggled. I let it take me wherever it wanted to take me. I let it show me what it wanted to show me.
That's what they say. They
My
say,
boy next to me, he was like fighting it the whole way. He didn't want to let go, and he's on my couch like,
Yeah.
just bugging out. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on with
That's
this
the
dude?
problem.
He said, I felt like I was on the front of a rocket ship. I said, dude, you got to let go, man. They even told him, don't come back. He said they told him, don't come back till you're ready.
Whenever
little
you do-
aliens.
whenever you do that shit, it's so important with set and setting, and that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I feel like we're at a great place in history, as far as like drugs and psychedelics, because we now have clinical sessions where people can get actual help using
Psychedelics
these
are the
plant
best.
medicines. Yeah, and it's not like shit that's gonna fuck up your liver or shit that you need long term. Like none of this stuff is.
Yeah, that's what's great about psychedelics. You're not really gonna get addicted. No one can want to feel like that every day.
You don't want to
No,
at all.
no
Even when
one.
you're in it, you're like, when's this shit over? Like, oh, I get it. Like, you're downloading so much information.
Yeah,
at
nah, I
once.
love that shit. I'd be like, I'm fucking tripping, man.
Yeah.
I love that
Do you
shit.
think psychedelics would help Terry?
Nothing
sure.
to help Terry.
For sure. It helped me quit smoking cigarettes. It helped me
outta here.
quit doing alcohol. I drank one time in the last almost 2 years.
Wait, you do the vodka?
No, not anymore. I got a DUI a few years back.
So you
And
don't drink anymore?
No, I don't drink anymore. Just weed, and every now and then I do psychedelics.
See, that explains the weight gain.
Yes, it does really.
Because now what you're doing is you're
No
eating more
cigarettes.
probably because you're not smoking cigarettes.
I'm eating, and I don't always eat healthy. I've been doing bullshit, and I haven't been working out either. So I've definitely packed on a couple pounds. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, man. Well, you know.
Listen here, America's sweetheart has got some fucking man tits. Okay.
I wasn't going to say that. I just noticed you gained weight. I'm
said
not
it.
saying you don't look proportioned.
No, I feel good. That's the thing is, like, I feel
You look
better
like a
than ever.
Gerber baby.
Yes, I do. My mom used to
Just
call me
from-
her
just
little
from the
Gerber
top,
baby.
though, because your hair is a little.
I used to actually have like a faux.
That's
a
what your
faux
moms
hawk.
used to call you?
I swear to God.
She'd be like, you're my little Gerber baby.
I was her
now grab the
youngest.
other end of that nightstand over there and help me get it out the garbage.
It's so true. It hurts.
It's so true, it hurts.
It burns on the inside.
Come on, my little Gerber baby.
Come on,
You gotta
Gerber.
turn it to the left if you're gonna get it in the back seat. Then you catch a smack to the head, and she's like, "You see what you made me do to my little Gerber baby?"
Yeah, did you know my mother? You just. I feel like you grew up with
Gary's
poor
actually
whites
your
too.
father. That's why we're here.
I know.
Gary does
I
a
come
lot
here
of
to
work.
keep tabs on you, son.
Thank you for coming, Pop. So good to see you. How's your other
There's no way
family?
something that big could have came out of that. Something so that's
No, that's
small.
true.
That's not true, man. My
Speaking
son's
of-
taller than me.
Your son is
You know.
taller.
Speaking of second families, I never really told anybody this, but my grandfather had
a
an
whole second
entire second family. My girlfriend is so scared that I'm doing that. Like that's one of her biggest fears is that I have a whole other family. in
One of my
Middletown.
You have a
friends.
second family.
I don't.
It's a comedy family.
It's a comedy family. I do.
Yeah, but one of my boys from grade school, he had 3 whole families.
Yeah.
Kids and everything. All 3 women thought
Pre-internet.
that
Is
they
he Puerto
were.
Rican?
No, actually during the internet, and what happened was Facebook, fucking rat.
That's where it is.
Facebook's a rat. What happened was 2 of his wives had a mutual friend on Facebook. So the mutual friend saw one of the wives post a picture, which they never really did, of him and them, and she was like, wait a minute, that's this girl's husband.
Yes.
And then he got busted by both of them on Facebook, and he went to the third one, had to tell the third one.
Yeah.
The third one stayed with him, the other 2 left. And now he's just not allowed nowhere. Like, he ain't allowed out her sight. And I'm like, who wants to live like that? I don't even understand who wants to live with 3 families,
That's
dog.
insane.
Not 3 women, 3 families, kids and everything.
Dude.
I was like,
for a living.
he has his own company, and that's the reason why he was able to get out during holidays.
Yeah, but
Because
what
he does his own thing.
What's the company?
I'm not exactly sure. Something with
makes
buildings.
families?
He builds buildings, construction.
If he's a baller like that, then like it's not crazy. If you're
Yeah,
buying
maybe
chicks,
he's doing a service to the world.
yeah.
He's supporting 3 families.
That's true.
That way the government doesn't have
I mean, women never look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? They
No,
never
neither
look at it
does
like
society.
that.
I didn't
say emotionally
Like I was watching
support.
Sopranos.
Yeah, right.
I was
Said
watching
financially
Sopranos the other
support.
day.
How do you teach so many kids to ride a
And
bike?
I never really watched that show, but I was watching it with Terry, and there was one scene where his wife finds out that she was cheating on him with the chick with one leg, and she's like, "Get out." And I'm like, "Get out? This is his house."
yeah.
So you want to keep all the shit he gave you, but you want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here,
This is
man.
the last shit you're ever getting.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I got divorced, when I met my wife, she moved in with the clothes on her back. And when I left, that's how I left, with the clothes on my back and a TV, because I waited online at Black Friday to get that shit, and it was coming with me. But that was it. I left with my clothes
That's
and my
the
TV.
thing, though. With a man, you can just start over. Like we have that ability.
Not really. Just start
Most
over.
of
I mean, there's a
it's-
thing called child support and
It's
shit
not
like that.
I know.
I had to pay
understand.
child support in New York till 21. I said, that's grown-ass man support.
Not if you leave the state, Gary.
You know? Nah, even if I leave the state and he's still there. The only way is if he goes to school, if he gets a job
Yeah.
or leaves the house. And he wasn't doing either of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he just moved in. What's so funny is about this is how vicious my ex-wife was, man. But you learn a lot when you marry a vicious one. I used to always tell her, listen, if you're having such a hard time, bring my son to me. I'll take my son.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, he ain't coming to move with you. And I was like, all right,
$500 a month.
Yeah,
$1,000.
exactly.
$1,000 a month.
That's stacked.
I said he didn't cost me that much when I lived there. You know what I'm saying? But right when he hit 21, the day after his birthday, she called me up. This little motherfucker's coming to live with you. I said, you think he's coming to live with me now that I ain't got to pay child support no more?
Yeah.
You bugging. But I let him move in the other day. So I let her simmer with him for like 3 years. And then I said he can come live with me. He's a good kid. You know, fuck it.
That's good though. You know.
I can't bring him around me when
G, but he's bigger than him. So
Yeah, he's bigger than me. And his name's Samuel, so I don't know why they call him Little G.
That makes sense. Makes no sense.
I don't call him that.
It's Little G because you used to get $1,000 a month for him every month. So his mom's like, "That's my little G."
Exactly.
She's just running around the house like, "There goes my little G, baby."
That's, yeah.
Wow. That's the best joke I ever seen Johnny
It was
come up
fucking,
with
it
right
was, it
there.
was
Thank
fucking
you.
horrible.
Thank you so much.
You know.
I'm getting there, guys. We're gonna make this happen.
It was a pun too, which is a little.
Yeah, nah,
I
it
have fun
was
with the puns.
divorce. Everybody should do it once.
For sure.
You know.
It's like Mexico.
That means you gotta get married once.
Mexico, what? You got to go to Mexico?
I think once.
Hey, you got to go. You got to go.
Gotta
You ever been on a cruise? No, you got to go.
Yeah, how about all those people
You
who
know.
went to Afghanistan to find themselves and now they're just stuck over there?
Yeah,
Talking
morons.
about like soldiers?
No, just like there was tourism happening over there.
all white people, guaranteed.
All whites, yes, over there trying
Black
to like
and Spanish people don't go to find
smoke
themselves.
DMT and shit.
You know what I'm saying? We can't afford to
With the
find
Buddhists.
ourselves. That doesn't happen in Black and Spanish places, man. We don't find ourselves. Oh, I'm going to leave college and go find myself and then come back to college.
I'm gonna find a job.
Go find
The
yourself.
people you know leave the country. It's not to find themselves, it's to hide.
Themselves, exactly.
Hide themselves. They're gonna
Exactly.
get deported.
Yeah, man, who goes to find? You don't know who you are, dog? You're 20 years old. You don't know who you are? You fucking dummy. Yeah, they ain't going to find. You look like you went to find yourself and lost yourself.
I never found myself.
Yeah.
I just started working.
Who does that?
I was trying to avoid myself. That's
You gotta go. You gotta go. You never been on a cruise. You gotta
doesn't
go.
own any
You know, the
mirrors.
only place they don't say that is like prison. No one's ever been like, you ever been to prison? And they go, no. Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go, dude. You get free meals.
It's the best.
You know, you get. You know, it's fucking ridiculous.
I'll
I gotta
put in
go.
a
I
good
don't
word
have
for
to
you.
go.
I'll get you a deal.
Dude, when I was in county jail, when I was a young man, all the guys who were like coming through to go to the joint, the real prison, they were like, "Man, you got to stay here. That's crazy. Prison's way better." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking
Well, it
about?"
is. Supposedly it is because you got more of a routine, and in the jails it's a little more wild.
I worked. I was. Like
I mean,
a
I wouldn't know.
worker.
I never been to prison, but I watch a lot of programs.
I do too.
I saw 60 Days In.
I saw every season.
Yeah,
Loved it.
It wasn't. You know what? I loved it until I realized it's just as fake as everything else.
It's definitely staged, and towards the later seasons, I was like, "Oh man,
It's
how many
completely
times can they do
because
this?"
you remember like the second season, the big heavyset dude who was running around telling everybody he sucked their
Yes.
dicks. There's a point where he gets smacked in the face. He gets punched in the face while he's sitting at the table. And if you watch it, when they show the kid sneaking up on him, he's wearing glasses. And then when the kid punches him, the glasses are off.
So it's a different person, you're saying?
No, is that they edited it. You know what I'm saying? They
so there
edited
was a
it.
scuffle of some sort.
They claimed it was, I guess maybe it was a real scuffle, and they were like, oh, we didn't catch that. Could we do it again? And they made him take off his glasses. So it goes from his glasses on to his glasses off to his glasses on, and then his glasses are off, and he gets punched in the face.
Isn't it crazy that that's where reality TV has
Best
gone?
prison show I've seen was Oz.
Oz, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Adabisi?
Isn't it so sad that that
Adabisi
dude
kept me
died?
out of jail.
The dude-
Adabisi and what was that other movie that I love where he crawled through 3 miles of Shawshank Redemption?
Such a
that
great
shit kept
film.
me out of jail,
That
dude.
was filmed right here in Ohio, actually.
Real, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not
Mansfield.
surprised. I feel like there's a lot of innocent people in
There's
jail in Ohio.
there's a lot of miles of shit you have to crawl through here too. I don't know if you realized that.
Can I say
on
that?
tour?
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, it's called Ohio.
So like the last few times we were here, right, being like on the, I would go like on the dating apps and stuff.
Yeah.
And I noticed that everyone here is a single mom.
Yes.
There's a lot of sluts in Ohio, according to Terry, and I didn't believe him till I was like,
This is the
oh
yeah.
my God, everyone's a single mom here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the
But
white
not
girls
like
have
one
brown
kid,
babies.
Like 2 to 6.
Yes.
The child support rate up here is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Columbus is swingers capital.
And I'm
of
not gonna
America.
lie, the white girls all got brown
So the
babies.
polygamy
Now I
is
know
just
why
runs
there's
free
not
in the
Puerto
streets.
Ricans out here.
I'm just saying that you
They're making their own.
$1,000 a month, like
They're just making their own Puerto Ricans out here, dude. That's what they're doing. That's why there are no Puerto Ricans. They just got white girls dating black dudes having Puerto Rican babies.
Yeah.
You're paying $1,000 a month. I know people who are paying $400 to $500 a week.
Woo,
That's wild.
man.
Hear what he just said?
What
Yeah,
kid
here, hold
cost
on,
that
Zach.
much? What kid cost that much?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying though. Like I knew a chick that.
Wait, you got to say the original statement. I don't think
Okay,
anyone heard you.
so Ohio's like child support rates are ridiculous because they get like I think like 5% of it, or something like that, or like something stupid. Yeah, they
$500 a week per
get
kid?
something like some people are paying like $400 to $500 a week for a kid or two.
Oh my God. Well, if you
So,
got
like,
two,
yeah, but like it's
That's
still
$250 a week.
ridiculous. I knew a chick that was divorcing her husband in Florida, moved back to Ohio, established residency there, then filed for divorce and child support in Ohio because she would get way more money.
wow,
It's almost like a business out here.
my boy got so
definitely like
done.
that.
My boy went through a divorce, right? He got divorced. It was such a bad divorce that his wife, he used to have those, like a big train set in his garage, like those
Yeah.
real deal Adams family train sets. And she knew he loved his train. She took half his trains. He's like, you don't even like my fucking trains.
my God.
And he was building two cars. She gets one of the cars. He can't even give it to her the way it is. He has to build it to running condition and then give it to her.
Jesus.
Isn't that insane? I'm like, dude, who was your lawyer? No, but see, that's why, and I'm going to keep it real. That's why when I see on the news that a dude went and like killed this whole family, I'm not saying they should, but there's a part of me that goes, I get it.
Well, you don't know.
I thought about it. I
there's a
thought about
fan
it.
Watching this right here on the side. He's also a comedian.
I
His name's
thought
Jay
about it.
Hunter, very funny guy. Sorry to cut you off, Gary. He's bugging out what Gary's saying.
No, but it's true. Whenever I see it, I go, and then you see all the comments. Why didn't he just leave? Why didn't he just get out of there? He's no man. He didn't leave because he couldn't afford $500 a week. That's $2,000 a month. How's he supposed to get an apartment?
And she took half his
Well,
choo-choo.
also in
And she
Ohio,
took half his choo-choos.
in Ohio, I don't know if it's like this in New York or New Jersey. They take your license if you get behind by $2,000 or more, so you can't work because they'll take your fucking L's, and then you just keep. Then they'll lock you up.
debtor's prison.
Then they'll
Oh,
lock
man.
you up, and they'll. Dude, I was in jail with this guy when I was a kid. Like I told you guys, I spent a little bit of
Wait, you
time.
were in jail with a guy when you were a kid?
I was in jail with a lot of guys, but this guy owed 400. He had 9 kids. It was this old black dude. He owed $400,000 in child support. He'd never paid $1 to it, and they arrest him every couple of times a year, and he'll just go to jail for a week, and they let him out because they know he's never going to pay it. It's in Xenia,
Can I
Ohio.
ask you, what did you get arrested for? Was it stealing furniture
So-
off the side of the street?
So it was something like that. So I was a troubled youth. So I had a DUI. I had 3 underage drinkings by the time I was 20, and then I also had a burglary charge when I was 18. And so I spent my 21st birthday. I did 11 months. I did 11 months in jail when I was 21. Never been back. Never got in trouble since since then.
Ever dropped the soap?
Terry's ready to go.
Nope. Nope. I never dropped the soap.
Never
Yeah,
dropped
we
the
got
soap.
actually we do got to wrap this, guys, because you guys got a
having
show to
so
do.
much fun.
I got some stuff to do. I know. We were just kind of getting warmed up. I feel like I really appreciate you guys doing this, and
Dude, I
hopefully,
love when
Thanks
you
for
come
having
on
us.
your show.
hopefully the next time you guys are in town, we can do this again. I would love to have you guys
Bring
again.
dinner.
I will. I owe these guys dinner.
Nah,
Thanks
you
so
don't owe
much
me
for
dinner,
watching.
But you know what? I got to get you on my podcast, man.
Yeah, you guys
So-
make sure you follow Gary's podcast. Actually,
Rated
it's
G.
Rated G with Gary Garcia. He has a really funny
Gary G.
podcast.
Garcia and Brian Licata.
Brian Licata.
Big guest coming up on there soon, no?
There's big things happening.
Can
but I
you
don't
talk
wanna
about that or no?
I just don't want to jinx it. Even though I have the date, next Monday.
This won't be out until the beginning of the year because I have like 6 episodes. This is like
so
6
yeah,
weeks out.
yeah. So I'm gonna have Tommy Chong on
He's
my
gonna
shit,
have
dog.
Tommy
I'm gonna
Chong.
be hanging
so
out with Tommy Chong.
That episode will be on by the time, and
Yeah.
just hit me up in like a month if it's
Yeah,
if
next
something
Monday I'm
falls
having
through.
Tommy Chong. I'm gonna just roll up a bunch of blunts. Unfortunately, it's gonna be like through Skype, so I'm not gonna get to actually be next to him. But I'm gonna be
You'll
smoking
smoke weed
blunts
while
the
he's
whole
smoking,
time.
yeah.
The whole
Maybe he'll
time
be
he's
smoking
talking.
too.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be dope, man.
Maybe Tommy Chong will be smoking weed during the pod.
Maybe, yeah, he might
Are you
be
familiar with
vaping.
Tommy Chong's work?
I've seen a movie or two.
No, I mean his blunts. That's his main job. The movies are
his
just
work.
The movies are a side hustle.
Yeah.
Adam, do you smoke weed? You don't, do you?
I smoke weed all day.
I did not know that about you.
That's because I'm very private about it. I don't share.
He's one of the
Okay.
few dudes that smoke weed and it
Share the
doesn't
weed
help.
either.
I don't share the weed.
Oh,
doesn't help.
we'll get you something before we leave here. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching, and then we'll
you.
see you next time. You guys follow these guys, and peace out.